Irvin Johnson, better known as Magic, famously shocked the world in November of 1991 when he announced that he had contracted HIV and would be retiring after 12 seasons in the NBA. Throughout the 1980s, Magic and Bird were the two biggest names in basketball. Every finals in the 1980s involved one of these two players. Magic and his Showtime Lakers focused on stylish fast breaks that required precision passing, and that's what Magic did best. Today he is number 5 on the list of most career assists and has the highest assists per game average. Since he left the league before age could diminish his ability, basically every one of his seasons was great. But which one was his greatest? Today, we're going to analyze stats, achievements, and defining moments to try to determine. Magic was drafted first overall by the Lakers. He teamed up with All-Star Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for his rookie season. For his first year, he averaged 18 points, 7.3 assists, and 7.7 rebounds. Really good stats, not just for a rookie. Magic helped the team win an additional 13 games from the previous season, now at 60. Kareem won the MVP award for the season, and Magic lost Rookie of the Year to Larry Bird. In the playoffs, the Lakers made it to the finals where they faced Dr. J and the 76ers. During the series, the Lakers found themselves up 3-2, but Kareem was injured and not able to play in Game 6. Magic, usually a guard, was asked to take Kareem's place as starting center. During the game, Magic played center, forward, and guard position. It takes a wide range of skills for someone to play in all three of these positions. Remember, this is the finals, and Magic is just a rookie. This is just about the highest pressure situation that exists for an NBA player. But Magic handled the pressure perfectly, leading the team to a victory with 42 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists. Magic was rewarded for his outstanding performance with the Finals MVP award, the only time a rookie has ever won it. In his rookie season, Magic had great averages, helped improve the team, had an amazing Game 6 Finals performance, won the Finals MVP, and an NBA championship. Magic only played 37 games of his second year due to knee issues. In these 37 games, he averaged a career-high and league-leading 3.4 steals per game. Magic returned for the playoffs, but they were underwhelming. The defending champions lost to the 40-win Rockets in an upset. The biggest thing to say about this season was Magic's 3.4 steals per game. Only 2 players have averaged a triple-double for the season. Neither of them is Magic, but he certainly came close with 18.6 points, 9.5 assists, and 9.6 rebounds. The rebounds is a career high. He led the league in steals again with 2.7 and finished second in assists. Johnny Moore had 9.6 per game compared to Magic's 9.5. Early in the season, head coach Paul Westhead was replaced by Pat Riley. In the postseason, the Lakers made it to the finals without losing a single game in the first 2 rounds. Their opponent once again was the 76ers, and once again the Lakers won it in 6 games with an amazing performance by Magic in the final game. A triple-double this time. Magic won his second Finals MVP to go along with his second NBA championship. It was only his 3rd year in the league. This season, Magic averaged a near triple-double. He had his career high in rebounds. He was first in steals with 2.7, second in assists with 9.5. He was an NBA champion and Finals MVP. 3rd year! Magic had accomplished a lot in a short time, but what he had yet to do was assert his presence in the league as the best in assists. In the 1982-1983 season, Magic averaged double digits in assists for the first time. He had 10.5 per game. It was more than anyone else that year, and earned him his first assist title. It was also the first year he averaged more assists than he did rebounds, something he would do every future year. The Lakers grew a little stronger with the addition of James Worthy to the team, finishing with 58 wins. In the playoffs, they beat the Trailblazers and Spurs to get to the finals yet again. For the 3rd time, the 76ers were waiting for them as champions of the East. The 76ers had league MVP Moses Malone, who averaged 26 points and 8 rebounds in the series. The Lakers were struggling with injuries, with key player Bob McAdoo missing 2 games and James Worthy not playing at all. The series resulted in 4 straight losses for the Lakers. The 76ers were the new champions. In this year, Magic won his first assist title with 10.5 per game, and he went to the finals. Magic was the best in assists, playing mainly in the shooting guard position, so when he switched to point guard in the following season, his numbers became legendary. Magic led the league in assists for the second time, with 13.1 per game, the most he would ever have. This season also brought us his career high in shooting percentage at 56.5. A good season for the Lakers led to a good playoff run, beating the Kings, Mavericks, and Suns to reach the finals. Not matched against the 76ers, but rather Larry Bird and the Celtics. There had been a rivalry between the two since college, as well as a rivalry between the Lakers and Celtics, stemming from the 1960s when the Celtics repeatedly beat the Lakers in the finals. Larry Bird was the MVP for the season, and possibly having the best season of his career. It was a long series, with good performances from both sides, including a game where Magic tallied 21 assists. But in Game 7, Magic had the ball stolen from him in the final minute, and that sealed their fate. The Celtics won the championship that year, and the Lakers lost in the finals for the second year in a row. Summarizing this season, Magic had his second assist title at 13.1 per game, his personal best in shooting, 56.5%, and again, he went to the finals. After having the best start in the NBA anyone could ever ask for, things were slowing down. Magic was doing great and separating himself from the rest of the league, but for 2 years now the seasons ended in disappointment, 1 year to a team that they had beaten multiple times before, and the other year to a team Magic wanted to beat the most. It was a defining year. The Lakers could either continue to fall or pick themselves back up and rise to greatness once again. The next year Magic averaged 12.6 assists, but Isaiah Thomas had 13.9, making Magic second in the league and preventing him from winning his third straight assist title. In the playoffs, they blasted past the early rounds and made it to the finals. The opponent again was the Celtics, along with season MVP Larry Bird. It was the perfect opportunity for Magic to redeem himself and beat Larry Bird on the biggest stage. It was also his chance to end the streak of Celtics victories over the Lakers. They were determined and took only 6 games to win the series. Kareem was named Finals MVP for the series, and the Lakers were back on top. This was the year that Magic finally beat Larry Bird in the finals, and it was the year that the Lakers finally beat the Celtics in the finals. The next season, Magic was back on top in assists, leading the league for the third time with 12.6 per game, compared to Isaiah's 10.8. The assists were strong, but rebounds were getting weaker. This year marks his 4th straight year of decreasing rebounds, now at 5.9 per game. Magic averaged a typical 18.8 points per game and helped his team achieve 62 regular season wins. In the playoffs, the first 2 rounds didn't bring much trouble, but the third one did. The Lakers lost to the Rockets in 5 games. For the first time in 4 years, the Lakers were not in the finals. This year, Magic had his 3rd assist title at 12.6 per game and a 62-win season. Again, the Lakers had started to fall. It was another defining year. Magic did all he could the next season to get the Lakers back on top. He scored his career high in points with 23.9 per game, led the league in assists for the 4th time with 12.2 per game, and the Lakers ended with a 65-win season. For the last 3 years, Larry Bird was the MVP, always beating Magic in votes, but this year, Magic finally pulled ahead to earn his first MVP selection. The Lakers continued their success into the playoffs and made it back to the finals, and so did the Celtics. A memorable moment comes from Game 4, when Magic used a move popularized by his teammate Kareem to hit a game-winning shot. For Kareem, the move was called the Skyhook, so for Magic, they called it the Junior Skyhook. The Lakers won the series in 6 games, and unlike their last Celtics victory, Magic was named Finals MVP. This was the last time Magic and Bird would meet in the finals, In 3 finals between the two, Magic won 2 of them, and Bird only won 1. We can summarize this season with his career high in points, 23.9, his 4th assist title, with 12.2, 65 regular season wins, his first MVP selection, his junior skyhook, and he beat Larry Bird in the finals. The following year, Magic's assists went down to 11.9 per game, and it wasn't enough to lead the league. He was beaten by John Stockton's 13.8. The team finished with their 4th straight year above 60 wins. The playoffs were difficult. They beat the Jazz and Mavericks in 7 games each to reach the finals against the Pistons, which went to 7 games as well. In Game 7, Magic had 19 points and 14 assists, but his teammate James Worthy overshadowed him. Worthy scored 36 points and had his first ever triple-double. The combined efforts were enough to beat the Pistons and earn the championship. James was worthy of the Finals MVP over Magic. I'm sorry I said that. This season is summarized by the Lakers' 62 season wins, 3 clutch performances, and consecutive NBA championships. The next season, the word three-peat was everywhere. Magic had another great season with his highest assist average since 1984, with 12.8 per game, which unfortunately was second to John Stockton once again. He had his highest rebounding average since 1983, and 22.5 points per game was the second highest of his career. But what was truly impressive was Magic's shooting improvement this year. Magic's best three-point shooting seasons were this year and the next 2. Before this, his best three-point percentage was 23%. This year it shot up to 31%. He had never averaged above 1 3-point attempt per game. Here, he averaged 2.4. He never made more than 0.2 per game. Here, he made 0.8. And it wasn't just three-point shooting, it was also free throws. His highest free throw shooting years were the same 3 years. He had never shot above 87%. This year, he led the league with 91. It's like Magic reinvented himself for this season. The league recognized it and awarded him his second MVP selection. In the playoffs, the Lakers beat the Trailblazers, Sonics, and Suns in the first 3 rounds without losing a single game. For the second year in a row, they faced the Pistons in the finals. What you probably didn't expect me to say here is that they lost the series in 4 straight games. Magic was injured in Game 2 and only played 5 minutes of Game 3. He completely missed Game 4, but by then it was over. This season is summarized by increased assists and rebounds, improved shooting, he led the league in free throw percentage, his second MVP award, and he made it to the finals with no losses. The 1989-1990 season was Magic's first ever without Kareem. He averaged 22.3 points, 11.5 assists, and 6.6 rebounds, not surprisingly finishing second in assists to John Stockton. An interesting thing about this season is that his three-pointers got even better. His percentage rose to his career high 38%, and his attempts rose to 3.5 per game, making 1.3 of them. He was 5th in the league in three-pointers made, as well as 5th in three-pointers attempted. The team won 63 games in the season, and Magic just edged out Charles Barkley to win his 3rd and final MVP award. The playoffs were a disappointment, losing to the Suns in the second round. It was the first time since 1981 that the Lakers didn't make it to the conference finals. This season, Magic had high averages, good three-point shooting, 63 season wins, and his 3rd MVP award. The 1990-1991 season was Magic's last full season. Pat Riley was replaced by Mike Dunleavy. For the last time, Magic finished second in assists to John Stockton with 12.5 per game. The years he won the assist titles compared to these years were no different for Magic. He had similar averages. The difference was John Stockton. Magic finished 5th in free throw shooting, above 90%. But on the negative end, he led the league in turnovers. A notable thing about this season is that it was the 9th straight year Magic had finished in the top 3 of MVP voting. This year he came in second to Michael Jordan. The team won 58 games in the season and made it to the finals against the Bulls. The Bulls were just too good, and they won the series in 5 games, despite Magic getting a triple-double in 2 of them. The summary for this season includes good shooting, he went to the finals, and even had 2 triple-doubles in the series. In November of 1991, before he played any games the following season, Magic made his famous announcement and retired from the NBA. But the story doesn't end here. In the summer of 1992, Magic participated in the famous Olympic Dream Team, alongside friendly rivals Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. They represented the United States and brought home a gold medal. But before this was the 1992 NBA All-Star Game. Magic hadn't played a single game, but was still selected as an All-Star by fans. He played for the West and did very well despite his illness and having been away from the game for months. He scored 25 points to go at 9 assists and 5 rebounds. He won the All-Star Game MVP that day. But the story is still not over. In the 1993-1994 season, Magic coached the Lakers for 16 games, having only won 5 of them. He left the Lakers for a couple years until returning as a player in the 1995-1996 season to play his last 32 games. He was physically much stronger and heavier, and he played in the power forward position. In his first game back, he was 2 rebounds short of a triple-double. He started off the bench. Overall, he wasn't as good as he used to be, but he wasn't that far off either. In his final season, Magic averaged 14.6 points, 6.9 assists, and 5.7 rebounds, with a career second-best 38% three-point shooting, all while starting off the bench and averaging under 30 minutes per game. Considering he was 36 years old and 4 years removed from the NBA, the comeback was nothing short of incredible. It was a proper ending to his career. This season summarized in one word: comeback. 13 seasons to sort through. An incredible start with his rookie season followed by 11 great years. He took a 4-year break, but followed it up with an inspirational and symbolic comeback. It took some heavy consideration in choosing which one of these is his best, but in the end, I chose. It's usually not a great idea to compare someone to another player to determine their success, but with Magic and Bird, it's a different case. These two wanted to beat each other badly. They used that desire to motivate themselves to do better. Bird had won the first finals meetup. Magic won the second, and they didn't know at the time, but this was the one that would determine the ultimate winner. Magic was the one who came out on top, and even had a defining moment in the series with his junior skyhook. Aside from the championship, the Lakers had 65 season wins, the most ever for Magic. The team's success was supported by Magic's career high in points and his 4th assist title. It was also his first MVP selection. If you were to ask a young Magic Johnson to list the things that he would like to achieve in the NBA, I'm guessing they were all done right here. You'd be able to make a good argument for any of the seasons, but for me, this one stood out from the rest. So let me know in the comments what you think of my decision. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and want to see more in a similar style, be sure to subscribe by clicking the logo so you know when I upload a new one.